in today's lesson we are going to learn how to find a percentage profit or loss of a quantity, and we should be able to do this by the end of the lesson. So, percentage profit or loss, we are talking about when buying and selling items. So if you sell something for more than what you paid for it, you have made a profit. If you sell it for less than what you've paid for it, you make a loss. So this can be really helpful for businesses to price their items right to make sure that they're making a percentage profit, okay? So we have a method here for this. First of all, we are going to find the actual profit or loss. So we're going to find what money did they actually profit or lose at the end of that. Form a fraction by putting the actual profit or loss over the original cost, and then we're going to change the fraction into a percentage, which we've had lots of practice of doing. So let's start with example 1 here. Zahir Traders Independent buys door locks and keys for £3.60 each and sell them to the public for £4.50 each. Calculate the profit and the percentage profit made on a single door lock. So let's start first of all by finding the actual profit. So if they bought them for £3.60 and they sell them for £4.50, we can take the £3.60 away from the £4.50 and figure out that they make a 90p profit on each one that they sell. Okay, so that's the actual profit. Now we're going to come up with the percentage profit that is. So we take the actual profit, which is 90p, and we put it over the original cost. So you need to read through the question and make sure you pick out what did it cost them to buy it in the first place. £3.60. So you divide the top by the bottom and multiply by 100 to change that into a percentage, and that gives us 25%. So on each one they sell, they are making a 25% profit. Example 2. A car was bought for £12,000. After 2 years, the owner sold it for £9,000. What was his percentage loss? So let's start by figuring out the actual loss. So if he bought it for £12,000 and he sold it for £9,000, that means that there was a £3,000 loss there. Okay, so that was the actual loss. Now to get the percentage loss, we take the actual loss of 3,000 and we put it over the original price that they bought it for. So the car was bought for 12,000. And we are going to take 3,000, divide it by the bottom and multiply by 100 to get 25%. So this time there was a 25% loss. Example 3. A greengrocer bought a barrel of 40 apples for £4. She threw out 6 bad apples and sold the rest at 10p each. Did she make a profit or a loss? So, if there was 40 apples to begin with and she threw out 6 bad ones, that leaves 34. So there was 34 apples, they were 10p each. So I'm going to figure out how much she made altogether by multiplying 34 by 10p, which means she made £3.40 altogether by selling the 34 apples. Now remember, she paid £4 for those. So if we subtract the £3.40 away from the £4, we can see that she sold them for 60p less than what she bought them for. So there was a 60p loss there. Part B, calculate her percentage profit or loss. So we know that it's a loss now. So we want to take the actual loss, which was 60p, and put it over the original cost. The original cost was £4. And we want to change that into a percentage, which is 15%. So there was a 15% loss there. Okay, so very similar. We're going to look at percentage increase or decrease now. The only difference is we're not talking about buying and selling anymore. We're not talking about making a profit or making a loss. We're just talking about increase and decrease. However, the method is the same. It's just the wording of the question that will change slightly. So the method is find the actual increase or decrease, the same as what we've done previously. Form your fraction by putting the actual increase or decrease over the original value, and then change the fraction into a percentage. Okay, so very similar. Member of Parliament Donny Finlay received 8,400 votes at the 2006 general election. At the 2010 election, the number of votes he received dropped to 7,140. Part A says calculate the actual decrease, okay? So we do the exact same thing. We subtract the 7,140 away from the 8,400, and that is going to give 1,260. So the actual decrease in votes was 1,260. The percentage decrease in votes, we take the actual decrease, we put it over the original number, so the original number was 8,400, and then we change that into a percentage by dividing top by the bottom and multiplying by 100. And that is a 15% drop in votes. Okay, so we can see here how the method is the exact same, it's just the wording that's a little bit different. Example 2, the temperature rose from 12 degrees to, that should be 21 there in the example. So it rose from 12 degrees to 21 degrees between 6 a.m. and noon. Calculate the actual rise in temperature and express this as a percentage of the original temperature. So the actual rise, we want to figure out by subtracting 12 away from 21. And that gives 9. So the actual rise was 9. Express this as a percentage of the original temperature. So we have 9 expressed over the original temperature, which was 12. And we change this into a percentage. And that is 75%. So there was a 75% rise in temperature. Okay guys, that is all for today. Please make sure that you ask any questions if you need help and check Teams for your work. Thank you.